People are like, you're a role model. Like, how can you say that if you're somebody's, people are looking up to you, Billie. Like, how could you possibly say something like that? I'm like, do you know why they're looking up to me? Because I say shit like that. I say what the fuck I want to say. Because if I don't say it, what is the point?
What's up, geniuses? Welcome back to For the Record, and I'm your host, Rob Markman. Today's guest hails from Los Angeles, California, and is one of the most new, fresh, and exciting voices in music, with songs like Ocean Eyes and Copycat, Bellyache. This 16-year-old singer-songwriter has proven that she has a soul beyond her years. Billie Eilish.
What's up?
Welcome to For the Record, man. Thank you for doing this.
No, of course.
How you doing?
I'm cold.
You Gucci'd out right now.
Whoa. Ice too. I'm like cold, like, yeah. Nah, I'm good. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Can we talk about, first of all, I'm just loving the outfit. I love your sense of style. What goes through your head in the morning? What puts this together? This is the flyest thing I've seen in a long time.
I mean, this is actually made by this dude, Imran Potato, on Instagram. He's like just the most G he could possibly be. Whoa, that rhymed. Oh my God.
Look at that.
That was crazy. Nah, he actually put this whole thing together, and the socks too, even, which is just, he makes like stuff like this all the time. But I don't know, he's just incredible. But I just like wearing like weird shit. Like I'm just trying to make people look at me, you know.
Everybody's definitely looking. You dropped "Don't Smile at Me" last year.
I mean,
and everybody is talking about this album. I just want to know, what's the biggest change for you since dropping the project? Like, you kind of went from being in your bedroom, and now the world has it.
Right. I mean, well, what's funny about that is, like, you know, we wrote all of the songs in my brother's bedroom, and that's, like, you know that, like, that's kind of how it is, and, you know, like, the world sort of knows it now, and people around the world know it, like, it's just insane and insanely surreal, but what's cool is, like, you know, I'm still making music in his bedroom. We're still doing that. Like, I just think, like, so many people just think that you need to rent a studio and you need to have all these producers there and all these co-writers and all these like people and it's like, bro, like, if you want to make art, like, fucking make art. Like, what are you doing, you know? Right. Like, do it wherever you can. Like, make it in a fucking closet.
Right. You know, I think that's a generational thing. I think we've been taught that we need all of this stuff to make great music or great music videos or just great art in general.
Yeah.
And, you know, your generation and you're a leader of that pack is really on some just do it yourself and the rest of the world will follow.
Exactly.
That's crazy. I feel like, though, your style, even more so than your approach to how you make music, right? Your style doesn't feel like the average 16-year-old when I'm talking musically. Like, the stuff that I hear you write about, sing about, you have a unique soul. It feels like my mother would always say, oh, that person's been here before. Like, you lived another life or something like that.
That's crazy. What?
Where does that come from? What are the influences that you have that kind of give you this kind of unique style that you have?
I don't even know. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I've always listened to just so much music. Like, since I was little, I was always listening to, you know, 8,000 different things at once. Like, I've never been able to, like, survive without listening to music all the time. Mm-hmm. You know, like, once I lost my earbuds and I just, like, had a heart attack for, like, a week, and it was crazy. But even since I was little, you know, like, in the car, my dad would make a bunch of mixtapes of, like, you know, tons of the Beatles and, like, Avril Lavigne and, like, Linkin Park and, like, Green Day and, like, My Chemical Romance and Sarah McLachlan and, like, Peggy Lee and, like, all these, like, tons of different artists and different kinds of genres and, you know, without sort of their stereotypes, if that makes sense. Because I know that, like, a lot of the artists I just named, especially, like, sort of, some artists are sort of known to be, like, oh, that's kind of, like, it's almost like a joke artist, you know? Like, certain bands, and I'm like, if you take your pride out of yourself and listen to the art that they're creating, it's like there's so much in there and it's so real. And the fact that, like, everybody's so like, yeah, but they're like a joke because, like, it's like, shut up. Like, it's their art because they made it because they wanted to. And that's what I look for in music and always have, really. And I think especially lyrics are like the number one thing, especially like the Beatles.
Okay.
Whoa. Even though they were like on acid the whole time where they were writing, like, I mean, what they came out with was pretty fly, so maybe I should go on acid.
See, like, I was trying to stop you because I saw that's where you were
knew
going
it.
with it. I was like, she's gonna say it. She's gonna say it. Give me an example of where you talk about like kind of like a joke. Is a Beatle an example of that in terms of
No. I mean, I don't think that at all. I just think like, you know, like let's say, I don't know, My Chemical Romance or Green Day. Like it's such a certain kind of music that I really fuck with, and I've fucked with for like all of my life. And same with like 21 Pilots even. Like that's one that I think they have put out some incredible, you know, projects and just said some of the most real things that I think I've ever heard, and also been so original and so like themselves. And I think that's why there's so much sort of hate towards that, or so much like memeable, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? And it's like, but the only reason that you're uncomfortable with it is because it's not what you're used to. And I think the world is so like caught up with like just liking things because everyone else likes them. It's like the wave, like what is the point? I don't understand.
Let's go back. Speaking of songwriting and great lyrics, I want to go back to your brother's bedroom, you and Phineas. And when you guys decided to start creating your first song together, what I believe is your first song, Bellyache, right?
Yeah,
was the
actually.
first one?
Yeah.
Can we go back to that day? I want what was going on that day? Like was it the, you know, was it the plan? Was it like, you know, like Michael Jackson and Jackson 5 had Joe Jackson as the father, and he said, you guys are going to be the Jackson 5, and you're going to be a group, and you're going to practice every day after school. It wasn't like that in your house.
No, there was no, like, not at all, honestly. Like, I mean, we started working together, I think, like, I'd say a year before we actually wrote that song together. Because I guess that was sort of the first full song we wrote, like, equally, I'd say. And, like, before that, you know, I had written a bunch of songs on my own, and he had written a bunch on his own. And then, I don't know, we just, like, made stuff because, like, we could. It was, like, so... There was no intention whatsoever. There was no intention, no, like, I'm going to be a star. Like, fuck that. I'm not even ever, I don't want to be a star. That sounds like hell. But.
She's a star.
Shut up. Oh my God. But what I'm saying is, like, I made it because I'm not saying I made it. I'm saying I made music because I wanted to. Right. He made music because he wanted to. He's my best friend, so, you know, we're friends and we just make shit. And like Bellyache, we were just sitting in my garage and like, we were just like riffing on random stuff and coming up with random melodies and like, I don't even know what we were doing. I don't think we knew what we were doing at the time. And we were just like, you know, making some random stuff up, and we started, you know, just ad-libbing a bunch of weird, like, I don't even know what. And I was like sitting all alone, mouthful of gum in the driveway. And we were like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, what the fuck? And then he was like, you know, I've explained this so many times, but I'm going to anyway because it's kind of fly. He was like, my friends aren't far. In the back of my car are their bodies. Like, you're in a car with your friends, like, cruising down the street in my 6'4".
Right.
Jocking them bitches. Slapping the hoes. Oh, my God. I'm
go.
sorry. It just
We
came
can
into
go.
my brain,
Let's
so I
go.
said it.
Yeah, genius. If you can't do this at Genius, where else can you do it? But you changed the lyric. He had the lyric.
I changed the lyric, yeah. So he was like, in the back of my car are their bodies. I was like, no. Lay their bodies. We just killed all these hoes. And they just lay there. And then that was sort of like, we were like, oh. And then it was like, woo. And we wrote whatever that song was, you know? Like, that's when our minds sort of, I think, realized that you can literally write about whatever you want. Right. And, like, nobody does that, I feel like.
Perfect segue to my next question. You didn't kill all your friends.
I know I did
Your friends
not.
are all alive.
My friends are good. They're okay.
You know, you have this, and look, we're guilty of it over here at Genius. You know, a lot of times we listen to music, and you a lot of times you take it literally. You know, and you have this approach to songwriting, and you spoke about this before, and I thought it was so just brilliant that you don't necessarily have to go through the things that you write about. Like you create a fantasy world within your music too and just let it go.
Yeah.
Talk about that approach to creativity, your creative approach with that.
Well, I mean, it's exactly what you just said. It's like, I don't know, so much music is like, I mean, I've even talked to people that, because, okay, there's many things I could say. I have so many things in my brain, like, bubbling around in there, but you don't have to go through anything to write about it. Or you can go through everything and write about something else. You know, it's like it's literally like telling a story. It's not something you can write about something you've done. You can write about something your friend's done, or you want to do, or you used to do, or your mom did, or, it's like, that sounded like an insult, like a your mom insult, but no, it wasn't, but it sounded like it was.
Back. You need to chill. You need to have some respect.
Yeah, but like, because I've even talked to people that are like, Billy, you're the reason that I learned a lot from that, because people are like, I had no idea that you could write about anything. I thought, you had to go through exactly what you write about, because, you're not
keeping it real.
You're not keeping it real, exactly. And it's like art, as I said. It's a story. You can write about fiction. I haven't killed my friends, thank you. It's like a character. It's like when people really want to act. It's like, when I was little, me and all my friends, whenever we'd play games, we always wanted to die in the game. Like, you always wanted to die and have a big death. And like, if we made like little like fake movies, like one of us would like die, and it was like, oh my God, we died, and it was crazy. And I don't know why that was, but it's like, it's fun. It's like you can become a character that you would never ever be, and almost like change your mind and like sort of become, someone else, which you can never do, ever. You can never be someone else. I just was talking about that. But that's what songwriting is.
So in a song like Ocean Eyes, I hear Ocean Eyes, and it sounds to me like the deepest love affair, the deepest relationship ever in life. And you wrote that at 14. You made that up. Were you just like in love and so enamored with some person at 14 that you wrote the song?
Okay,
or was
to
just
set this straight, I've never been in love. Gross. My brother actually wrote the song himself, which in a way I'm like, thank God, because I don't want to fucking write about falling in love, because gross. But the thing was that even though my brother had written it, it was still mine. It was still exactly like coming from me. I took it as mine. And the thing is, it wasn't at all artificial. It wasn't like, Phineas, write a song for me so that I can do it and I can get credit for it. It's like, that wasn't it at all. It was like, I wrote songs already, and he had written this song that was sort of, it was about what he was going through, but at the time he was like, it was sort of what we were both going through in a way, and he just wanted to hear me sing it, and I just loved it a lot, and like it was mine.
Of course, because you have to believe it or feel it in some type of way to be able to deliver a performance that's believable. Like if you're, okay, there's just some song I'm going to sing that just sounds like any other song that you're singing.
Oh my God.
But you have to connect with it.
But this is what I talk about all the time, is that like so many people right now are, like getting famous because of someone else. Like, there's an artist, and we want to make this artist a star. We want to make her blah, blah. And it's like, okay, the way you're going to do that is have someone else write the song, someone else, style her to look like somebody else that she's not, make, like, put a ton of makeup on her that she doesn't freaking look like herself in, like, just like all these artificial things that involve like so many people that are not the person that's getting to where everyone else wants them to be. And it's like, if you're just getting somewhere because everyone else wants you to be there, or you're getting there because you're being everyone else, you just get to a place where it's like, what is the point of that? Like, what if everyone died right now? Like right now, if everyone died, and my whole life I had been doing, you know, fucking what, like, tons of other people wanted me to do and, like, try to please people, and then everyone died, I'd be left with this fucking thing I didn't want in the first place. What's the point of that?
So answer me this. That's amazing, because I was thinking of this when I was thinking about the things that we were going to talk about last night before this interview. You're a big deal, and I'm going to tell you why. And you shouldn't be, but like today to have a young woman, you know, we have an industry, entertainment music, where, you know, young people, their creative vision isn't respected and trusted as it should.
Yeah.
Women specifically aren't being heard like they should, and their vision comes through. And we hear these horror stories all the time. And here comes Billie, like, yo, this is me. I'm young. I'm 16, 15 at the time when you came through, right?
Yeah.
I'm a woman. This is me. And you're going to love it because you don't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you realize the magnitude of just the young people and young women in general that you're going to inspire just by being able to say, fuck it, don't style me. I don't want to be who you want me to be. This is who I am, and you're going to love it.
I'm going to cry. That was, I mean, thank you for that. I don't know, like, I mean, on that note, like, people are like, you know, like, you're a role model. Like, how can you say that if you're somebody's, people are looking up to you, Billie. Like, how could you possibly say something like that? I'm like, do you know why they're looking up to me? Because I say shit like that. I say what the fuck I want to say. Because if I don't say it, you know, I don't know. It's just like, what is the point of freaking not doing what you want to do? I just don't know. And I mean, obviously, there's the fact that women can't really, and that's sort of the rule. Subconsciously, it's everyone's rule that, you know, universally, women with personalities are hated. That's a universal fact, and I know that, and I've always known that, and it's so ugly to me, and it's just is like, fuck off, dude.
That's why this moment is beautiful, though. Like, I really feel like the way the fans have embraced you, the way music has embraced you, has been so organic.
Right.
That it doesn't feel like some, you know, Billie Eilish doesn't feel like something that was packaged or made up, or, you know, from a label. Like, oh, it would be a great idea if we got this young girl.
Yo, I'd rather die.
Right.
I would rather die than be artificial.
Right.
I just can't stand it. I just cannot stand it. And like, I'm so not saying like I'm a perfect role model and I'm everything that an artist should be. I don't think that at all. You know, I hate myself in a lot of ways. I just explained that upstairs. But it's like, no matter what sort of, I fucking don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but I guess I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We love you. One thing I wanted to get into, two more things before we get out of here. There's a lyric of yours that I absolutely love. And I just wanted to know the moment when you came up with it on My Boy. And you say, my boy loves his friends like I love my split ends. And by that, I mean he cuts them off. That's such a clever.
That's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah. Did you just come up with it? Was that something you were thinking about?
It was me and my brother, dude. It was
right.
like, we were just like zoned in. Oh my God. Yo, the moment that happened, I think we both like stood up and jumped and high-fived. I'm pretty sure. Like, when we came up with that line, it was like a moment. We were like, fuck. We are God. And like, we're not, but you should feel like that sometimes.
Did you have your moment?
We had our moment, and we were like, the beginning of that song, the first verse of that whole song, which is, every part of that verse is sort of like that, which is like, my boy's being sus. He was shady enough, but now he's just a shadow. So it's like shady, you know, if it's shady in the park, it's a bunch of shadows of trees. But it's kind of all of the shadows in one, so it's like shade. But so it's like almost a shadow. He was shady, now he's just flat out a fucking shadow. Shady ass motherfucker. And then it's like,
that sounds real.
My boy, my boy loves his friends like I love my split ends. By that I mean he cuts them off. Fun fact, I don't even cut my split ends off ever. It's really gross. Like you look at the ends of my hair and it just looks like a bunch of like legs like this. Each hair. But nah, it was such a moment. We were sitting on my brother's bed and we had just come up with that first half and then he goes, "Oh my God, Billy!" He was like, "My boy loves his friends. Like I love," and I was like, he couldn't, I think he like couldn't find the rhyme. He was like, what's something like you cut? And I was like, split ends. He's like, "My boy loves his friends. Like I love my split ends." And he goes, "And by that I mean he cuts them off." And I was like,
That's dope.
oh my, yo,
That's
it was
dope.
insane.
That's exactly how I
was
pictured
insane.
it. Like you guys had a celebration. Now it feels like you could do an end zone dance after that.
Honestly, plug walk.
So definitely you can do the plug walk after that. Shout out to my man Rich the Kid. One last thing before we get out of here, because I know you got to go. These are rapid fire questions. I want to do this little segment we do. It's called Record Break.
Sweet.
So questions about different records. First thing that comes to your mind. All right.
Okay, I got you.
What's the first record you ever bought?
Sail by AWOL Nation.
What's your favorite record of all time?
Catch Me Outside. Ski Master Slump God.
It's a good record.
So good.
It's a good record.
So good.
Of all time, though, I just remember you were 16, man.
I know. But okay, but like,
shout out to
no.
Steve.
It's like that one, like, I don't know. There's a lot, like the motto.
Yeah.
I mean, Something by the Beatles is actually incredible.
You ain't got to change it. Shout
I'm
out
just
to
saying.
Ski Mask. He came to
Shout out
Genius.
Slump God.
He actually played that for me and Kayvon before he even put it out, and we was like, it was crazy. What's a record that you love but people wouldn't expect?
Wow, a lot actually. I feel like I always name stuff and people are like, "What in the fuck are you?" I'd say like na 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 by My Chemical Romance. Song is crazy.
The record that you play when you want to get in your feelings.
Sheesh. I'd say like right now, it's, oh my God, Gone Away by Her.
Okay.
Song is so beautiful.
Her is amazing.
I know.
Your favorite karaoke record?
Ooh, I don't know about that.
You don't do karaoke? Have you ever did karaoke?
Nah, I did it at a birthday party once when I was like 8.
What did you say?
And it was it was that one where she like burns a CD and then she calls him gay or something. What song is that? I'll tell all your friends that you're gay. What the hell song is that? Like burned your CD and then I'm not gonna write you a, no wait.
Jay-Z didn't sing it. I don't know.
I don't know what it was, but I don't know. Jeez, karaoke. The Motto.
Okay.
By Drake.
YOLO. And then finally, your favorite record that you've written so far?
Copycat.
Okay.
Copycat.
That's a good record. That's a good record.
Thank you.
I know a thing or two about copycats. I feel like they're trying to copy our style, geniuses.
Yeah.
But it's all good.
Everyone's trying to be genius.
Yeah, man. Everybody's trying
Nobody
to be Billie
can be
Eilish.
genius, but
And nobody can be Billie Eilish.
But
But yo, I'd like to thank you for stopping by.
Of
And
course.
kicking it with us. You spent a lot of time here today. We got a lot of things coming with Genius and Billie Eilish. And look forward to doing this again.
I'm so hyped. Thank you for having me. Woo!